Hello, hello, hello. This is Attorney Mike Raven coming to you from Chicago. As usual, I got some stuff. As the thumbnail indicates, I got some stuff. But I want to say before I forget, I need to thank Marion, Andrew from Iowa, Alyssa, and Alert One Systems, who sent me a video from a small channel called Not So Good Land. It's from Maryland. I believe the first Maryland court we've ever had on here. My tribute to Judge Simpson, the only terrapin I know. Let's get this party started, shall we?
All right. Why were you late?
Wasn't late. I was using the restroom. I did colorectal surgery a month and a half ago. So yeah, when I have to go, I have to go.
Yes. All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 2974, State of Texas versus Hector Casanova. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garaham,
For the defense?
Charles Bunk for Mr. Casanova.
And Mr. Bont, it's the court's understanding that you were appointed as standby counsel?
That is correct, Judge.
All right.
All right. I did a video on this, I don't know, a week or so ago. Mr. Casanova is a soft set. Oh, hey, I've got a fez. And an ice bucket fez, a real fez. Here we are. Well, let's see what happens with Mr. Casanova.
This hearing was scheduled today on June 24, 2024 for 9 a.m. It is now 11 a.m. The defendant has not appeared. Mr. Bonk, have you had any contact with him today?
No, Judge.
All right. State?
State's request, I don't know if it's a PR bond or just, well, we're either requesting a judge's warrant or a bond forfeiture, Your Honor.
All right. Great.
Looks like he's on a surety. It's a Mitchell bail bond. It's not a PR.
All right. The court had the deputy make an announcement, and Mr. Casanova is not outside the courtroom either. The court will grant a bond forfeiture and remand the defendant without bond. Counsel, if he makes an appearance, the court will reconsider. We can go off the record. I don't know if you want to call Mitchell bail's bond. Maybe they have contact
I
with him.
will reach out.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the defense, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're going to probably try me in absentia, and you're not going to prove anything.
History of drug use. I see that this case is possession, 1 to 4 grams. I'm going to accept that as true, but I'm trying to figure out what conditions to set as a bond for you. So have you ever used any type of narcotics?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what would that be?
Marijuana,
Okay.
tobacco,
I'm sorry. Tobacco.
Yeah.
What else?
cocaine, masks. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, without getting into further detail, there were drugs involved that people were giving to me that ended up being glue. Like I smoked some glue and stuff. I thought I was smoking crack, and
The only time I've dealt with the
Hold on,
Mr. Nelson, I strongly advise that you be quiet because you opening your mouth get you into this mess. So now let me see what's going on in Beverly Hills. Okay. Or Southfield District Court.
I'll tell you what's going
Okay. So my bond is going to remain, what I said, 5,000 personal with the GPS tether for monitoring purposes only. Mr. Nelson, sir, your next date is going to be August 2nd before Judge Robbins. All right, the gentleman on the 6th floor, can you tell me your name?
Bobby Newell.
All right, thank you, Mr.
It may not be obvious yet, but we're about to take a spin on the Love Boat.
Newell.
Exciting and new.
The State of Michigan versus Bobby Newell, case 24058488901. Today is the date set for a bond redetermination hearing. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle, appearing on behalf of the people.
Right on behalf of Bobby Newell, Judge. We waive the formal reading stand. I'm sorry, Judge. We're here for bond redetermination. I apologize to the court.
All right, thank you, sir. And good morning, Mr. Newell. Today is the date set for redetermination. Mr. Reagan Esteban.
Judge, I read the investigator's report. Obviously, it's a report, made to get probable cause, to get information to charge Mr. Newell. He has a $75,000, 10% bond, GPS tether, home confinement. Judge, I can say that he's 28. He tells me he doesn't have any prior criminal convictions. He's worked at Garden Fresh Packaging for the last 8 months, so he has steady employment, which is important, Judge. Doesn't have any kids. He lives in the Metro Detroit area, or lives in the Detroit area, which shows that he has ties to the community. Erica, well, I'm sorry, Judge, the complaint is my client's wife. Now, my client is living now with his family, with his mother, his father, and his siblings. He is not living with the complaining witness. She lives in a totally separate location. So he's going to have absolutely no contact with the complaining witness. Based on the no contact and the GPS tether, Judge, I think the court could use a less intrusive restriction to put him on house arrest, or either put him on a tether so that we know where his whereabouts at all times. I asked the court to reduce the $75,000, 10% to a person.
I'm not saying he didn't earn it. I don't know. We haven't had a hearing yet. But what I am saying is, when you get married, this is your next stop.
Personal with the tether, no contact with the complainant while this matter is pending. He'll have his day in court, Judge, coming up. I believe August 6th is the PCC.
All right, Ms. Coyo Esteban.
Yes, Your Honor. I also do not see a criminal history for Mr. Newell. This complainant in this matter is his wife of, I think, 2 years. The allegations are extremely serious. They have an argument. He pushes her. She falls to the ground. He strangles her. He took her purse. He grabs her by the legs and drags her to the car. She breaks free, and then she runs back to the gas station. And then he forced her into the Jeep. Obviously, this is at a gas station, so likely it's on video. Officers respond to the run. They see the Jeep. They see the injuries to the complainant's legs. They place him under arrest for domestic violence. He resists cuffing, and he had to be tasered, Your Honor. I also do note that Mr. Newell has a case that's...
Okay, it's official. I want the body cam footage now. I really do. I can see this whole thing unfolding. She unloads on him. I'm cheating on you. I don't care, and I like him better. He loses his mind, and he won't stop till he's tased. I already know what happens, but I want to see it.
I believe the arraignment is what maybe was yesterday for a pending great bodily harm, felonious assault, aggravated assault, in which this case involves a love triangle. His wife is dating the complainant in that matter. The defendant went to that complainant's house to grab his wife's bag, attempted to get that wife's bag, and allegedly stabbed him with a pocket knife to his chest. And that case was issued, like I said, on the 28th. The arraignment was scheduled for the 29th, so yesterday. Also, I do note that in April of 23, the same victim, his wife, there was a green light video of him striking her in the legs and the face with the steering wheel lock. That case was dismissed for her failure to appear at the exam in May of 23, Your Honor. So for those reasons, Your Honor, based on what's going on in his relationship with his wife, what has been going on since 2023, this is extremely assaultive, not only to her, but allegedly to her boyfriend or whoever she's having extramarital relationship with. That case, the older 23 case being on video, the new case, Your Honor, I believe For the safety of the complainant, I know that he may be living in his parents' house, but, Your Honor, I don't know if they were residing together at this time, but whether they were, he poses an extreme danger to the complainant, and even more so because there's now another case with another person that she's involved with. So based on what's going on in Mr. Newell's life with his wife, I think this is a highly dangerous situation. I think the bond is appropriate with the tether, Your Honor.
Judge, I would note that that case for arraignment is actually scheduled this morning for Mr. Newell on the arraignment docket. I guess it may have been moved from yesterday to today, Your Honor. I want to see. And I'm not sure if this is a reissue case, Judge, because the case this morning that he's getting arraigned on this morning, actually, the alleged incident date was June 23rd, 2024, but the warrant wasn't signed until actually yesterday. They didn't sign the warrant until yesterday for some reason.
That case is the one. Right.
Mr. Reagan and Ms. Coyle, I do not see another similarly charged case to the matter that he's being arraigned for today, involving the second complaining witness. All right, that being said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It is on the docket. I see that the case for Mr. Newell is 2458511.
Yep, it's on the docket for this morning for arraignment.
Right.
I think
But I don't see an earlier case with the same charges, which would suggest that this was reissued. It's just signed at this time.
These are
But I think that's what
cases.
Mr. Reagan was suggesting. And I'm just clearing the record up that that didn't happen.
right.
So this is where I'm at. I've had two cases.
This is where I'm at. I can't find my thruple clip. This is a tragedy.
Around the same time, within the last 2 months, two separate incidents allegedly involving violence with witnesses or possible video. Mr. Newell is going to have his day in court to contest these charges. People have the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt to get convictions in these matters. However, I can't deny that these are dangerous situations, and for the safety of the victims in these matters, bond is going to remain intentionally unaffordable. I do believe that there's an inherent danger to not only the complaining.
But Judge, she was in a thruple. If anybody thinks this is okay, I'm in the wrong world.
Witness, if they were living at separate locations. I don't know the circumstances of why they were together at this point, but there are at least allegations that that the defendant was following the witness at a time, which leads me to believe that they are not safe in the same place or in the.
I understand it. The guy's all wrong. He shouldn't have attacked her, but she is cheating on him. She doesn't care. She sticks it in his face. She has zero respect for him. He doesn't realize that he just needs to walk away. And he lets his emotions get the better of him. And there you have it. That's what we have. I'm not excusing it, but I understand it. I know what's happening.
Same area. So bond's going to remain intentionally unaffordable.
Thank you.
Mr. Newell, your next date is July.
Yep.
Expect that. Your next date is August 6, 2024, before Judge King. And I will make a note to the arraignment courtroom to make sure that the other matter is set before Judge King as well.
Thank you.
Exciting and new.
And State of Ohio versus Jeremy A. McMillan, case number TRC 22769 and others.
All right, the volume, the audio is not the best, but like I said, I believe this is the first court ever from Maryland on Law Talk with Mike, so I kind of like that.
All right, so council's had a chance to talk with their clients, and you've seen the reports. And
I've looked at the report now, Judge, but I have spoken with Jeremy earlier today, yes.
yes, same here, Judge. And do we have any explanations?
Judge, I had a rather lengthy explanation for Mr. McMillan. It'd be probably better if he told you because it took quite a while, and I don't want to misspeak. But that's because of the incident. That's the incident. You just explain this incident. This is okay, but you need to explain what you told me outside. What happened at Speedway? Just the way it happened, B.
Well, and if it's going to be that you're lying about something, I'd rather it be an admission than an excuse.
I'm just going to, the way I explain it, it sounds like justifying what I did, but I know what I did was wrong. A couple of my brothers of the house went into a store and was buying Red Bulls, and I was in the parking lot. And one of them come to me, said they was in trouble. I walked in there, I seen the manager yelling as the cars declined, they're trying to steal it, and this and that. All I seen was people going to jail. I said, I'll take.
Apparently, this is country, Maryland. I mean that accent doesn't get more country than that.
Care of it, we paid for everything, and we didn't leave until he said, get off the property and not come back. And we came back to find out the cup didn't get paid for.
Kill.
I told him I would take care of it.
I think there's more to it. Didn't you tell them that, one, is what's been explained to me, you came in and told them that you were in charge, that you tried to represent that you were an employee of the treatment facility? Is that correct?
Tell them what you did.
Yes, sir.
And that you told them the wrong facility. You told them you were from Southern Hope.
Yes, sir.
That I didn't know.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Yeah, you tried to throw them off the track.
Yeah.
I'm from Southern Hope. I'm from Southern Hope.
That's
I'm in charge here. I'm one of the counselors.
I didn't do it that way. I was presented and I answered yes to that question. I didn't go in there flashing. I answered yes to that question.
They asked you if you were from Southern Hope? Or
no, they asked me if I was in charge, and
then you lied and said yes, you were.
Yeah, that's what I did.
This is totally floors me. It totally floors me.
Me myself, Your Honor.
Because you are on the precipice of going.
Did he just say, me too, Your Honor? Or effectively, whatever, in his way? I think he did.
Going to not jail, prison, for years and years and years. You were on the way, and I had to go pull you out from Cabell County by me going and talking to a judge on your behalf, and then you do this? I thought you were a better man than this. I thought you were wanting to be an honest man, a truthful man, a man that was going to be a credit to the community. And here you...
Woo! I didn't see this clip before. He is getting a talking to from the judge.
You pull this crap?
Well, I no excuse.
You're still a criminal mind. It's a criminal mind. You go in there and you see something wrong and say, well, if I have to lie, steal, and cheat, that's what I'm going to do. Instead of going into being honest from the very beginning and saying, sir, it's fine for you to offer to pay for it, no problem with that, but you going and representing that you're in charge, that you're an employee of the treatment facility, and not even the same facility. You try to tell me you're from Southern Hope, not Bethesda. That is totally a lie and dishonest and deceitful. Am I wrong?
No, sir. You're 100% right. I was reacting to what was told at me.
Well, you reacted totally wrong.
Yes, sir, I was. I was wrong.
Rather your first instinct being to tell the truth, your first instinct was, well, I'm going to try to lie our way out of this.
That's putting other people's interests in front of mine. I found something else I do truly need to work on.
That wasn't the problem. I don't mind you helping Dylan, but you help him by telling the truth. You don't help him by going in and telling a lie on his behalf to try to help him get out of what he did. You're really an accessory to this. I mean, it's not the crime of the century, but what it really upsets me about both of you, part of getting in recovery is going a different way than you have been. Being honest, being truthful, being forthright. And neither one of you were any of that. Now, Dylan, let's hear. I mean, you keep coming back. You keep coming back with this crap. I think I told you last time, you better not even spit on the sidewalk. And here you are, and it's in Speedway, right?
Yes.
And you took an energy drink, which you're not allowed to have in the treatment facility. So two things are wrong. One, you took an energy drink, which you're not supposed to have, and you know that's a violation of rules, right? And you tried to disguise it by pouring it into one of their paper cups and present it at the cash register like it was a fountain drink, and pay for a fountain drink rather than an energy drink. Is that right?
That wasn't the plan. It was not. It was the whole
Isn't that what happened? Look,
that is
man,
what happened. That is what happened.
You better get honest with me right now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Didn't you throw away the can?
I did.
So you were trying to pay less and get it back in the facility when you knew you weren't supposed to.
I wasn't trying to get away with the Red Bulls. I've got plenty of money. That was not the problem at all. It was just the purpose of me knowing if I would have come to the register with a bunch of Red Bulls on the counter, it would have just, they could have seen it outside and then I wouldn't have been able to have my Red Bull. The whole purpose of the cup thing was just to get it by Bethesda, not the purpose of me stealing it. That was not a problem.
Well, did you go up there and say, hey, I poured Red Bull into these cups?
I didn't even get to that chance. I didn't make it that far to tell him. Like, as soon as he seen me cracking them open, it was all hell.
And throwing them away? Throwing away the cans?
John D. was the one that threw it.
Okay.
Judge, Red Bull gives you wings. I just want to inject that here.
I mean, you both, you got a felony.
In this case, handcuffs.
Well, you should be. You don't act like you're scared to death. You weren't acting like you were scared to death at the Speedway.
I'm terrified. Jail's not a place for me. It's not.
Well, that's where you're going. For at least the weekend. There has to be consequences for doing stuff like this. And, I mean, that's the easy thing. I mean, if I called West Virginia, his probation officer in West Virginia and told him what he did, they'd be coming getting him, he'd be going to prison because of you. And you're on that cusp of going to prison. You got a felony pending. You better start acting like you're afraid of going to prison. You don't act, you act like you can skirt the rules. I mean, that's what you were here before. You basically caused you were involved in an insurrection basically at the treatment facility before, right? I mean, violation.
The Red Bull insurrection at the treatment facility, as it came to be known.
The rules, we're going to go someplace else. We don't like what's going on here. Okay, I'm commanding both of them into jail for the weekend, and we'll deal with it Monday, whether you're going to stay longer or not.
I'm here Monday, Judge.
The wheels of justice are going to roll you right into the Wayne County Jail.
Southern hope for the behaviors of our clients. We would never want to throw another treatment facility under the bus and want the community to know that we still work together as a team. So we just
all right, thank you for that. I'll see both of these gentlemen Monday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ounce of assault of a family member. You're facing up to
All right, we got this.
$4,000 fine.
Oh, yes, sir.
Or
how many times has Mr. Avendano?
we can check in with Judge Manning.
You know,
This is the second PR bond. So
Want to explain?
No,
Okay.
nope. What are you doing, like, Mr. Allen?
Marine. I've been working in the city of Houston undercover. So that's why I skipped out on, no, I didn't really, but my phone was lost and I couldn't contact the court, but it wasn't intentional. So a friend,
All I'm waiting for is you've been abducted by aliens. That's all I'm waiting for.
all right, I understand, sir. Close enough.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna appoint your lawyer, and we're gonna figure out what we're doing here.
Okay, sir.
Take a seat, Mr. Officer.
Thank you.
All right, Judge, next is page 10. Henderson, Demarion.
To exceed 1,000 in aggregate, and we would be asking for it to be burglary in the second at 750 and the theft by shoplifting at 250. Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Jackson.
Judge, Mr. Young is 37 years old, as stated, and has incurred 55 arrest cycles, many of which have become convictions, all of which are, or many of which are very similar to what's on the calendar today. He's already on probation for robbery. He's already got open cases for burglaries. He's got multiple aggravated assaults in his history. The allegations in this warrant alone list a myriad. One might even say a spree of thefts that Mr. Young was going on. And this is all while on probation for robbery and open cases for burglary and aggravated assault. Judge, everything about this case says that Mr. Young is likely to reoffend. Everything about this case says that Mr. Young is a danger to this community. Everything about this case says that Mr. Young is a potential flight risk. Because the defense has filed a motion for reconsideration, the law actually allows for the bond to go up when reconsidered. And I would implore the court to consider raising the bond in this case. $2,500 is not sufficient in this case to ensure that Mr. Young returns to court or that he abides by any of the conditions that this court will impose on him today, as he has not abided by any of the previous conditions by any other court. So for that reason, Judge, we would ask that the theft by shoplifting remain at $2,500 and the burglary in the second go up to $7,500.
All right.
Your Honor,
Go ahead.
since it's the defense's motion, if we may have the last word.
Sure.
Your Honor, these at the moment are still allegations, of course. And so these are things that are being alleged of Mr. Young, but he is not convicted of, he is not guilty of, and he is most certainly, going to contest going forward, as is his right to do so. So we would be asking most certainly not that the bond get raised, and we would be renewing our ask for it to be lowered. Again, I don't believe there is an amount that he can make, just judging by the bond amount. And of course, I did just pick this case up 5 minutes ago. But what this would indicate to me is that he is most certainly not going to be able to afford many amounts of bond here. And again, I would just like to reiterate, he is still legally innocent on these charges. It is not done with. He is not convicted. He still has the right to contest all of these allegations. And so we just wanted to remind the court of that and ask that this bond, one, not get raised, and two, is lowered. So thank you.
All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. Stay away from all CVS and Chevron locations. Stay away from 3030 Headland Drive Southwest. And also the Texaco station at 2995 Headland Drive Southwest. You're going to have a 24-hour curfew, sir. Court, lawyer, and medical. You could leave with employment too. You have to supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. But you have to provide that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it $2,500, and I'll do it to the sheriff's 10% program at UJR level 2. So through pretrial level 2. So it's 10% program, Mr. Dukes. You also got to put a pretrial level on that since it's through the 10%. So make it level 2.
Okay, Judge.
All right. Looks like it was an easy night. Didn't say it loudly. That's why it went so simple tonight. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, ADA Jackson. Have a good night.
Yep, thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
Fine, we're going to do probable cause. You have to recommend silent. Anything you say can will be used against you. You have the right to remain present in our 4-1-1-22.
Judge, on July 22nd, 2024, officers with crime suppression observed a vehicle traveling without a rear license plate at night and conducted a traffic stop. Driver was ID'd by his name and date of birth, and he had a felony warrant out of the 263rd. Upon contact, officers could smell a strong odor of marijuana. Search discovered 8.4 grams of marijuana and a Glock, which came back as stolen out of Louisiana.
All right. Mr. Henderson, I'm gonna find that there's a problem. I'll have to go forward with the case. So he has an open aggravated assault.
Out of the 263rd, yes, Judge.
Mr. Henderson, how old are you?
19.
What do you do for a living?
I work for a moving company.
Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir, I'm going back to school for my GED as we speak.
You and I are gonna start doing that together.
Yes, sir.
The first thing that I'm gonna do with you is you will sign with me today an affidavit.
Yes, sir.
This is a promise that you're gonna make to me.
Yes, sir.
That you not have any weapons whatsoever.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care what you're going, where you're going. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care who you hang out with. If I find that you have a weapon, you'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail on a contempt charge. Every single time you have a weapon, up to 6 months in jail and or $500 fine. Do you understand? I will tell you now. 31 days from today, you will get tested for dope. If I find that you continue to smoke weed, likewise, I'm going to put you in jail. You will be earning your GED from a pair of white bars behind you.
Yes, sir.
I will appoint you a lawyer today. And in 2 weeks, I want you back here to show me what you have done to get your GED and get those classes to start rolling. If you've done nothing, you and I are not going to be dancing.
Yes, sir.
Who do you have with you in your life now?
Right now I stay with my girlfriend.
Do you have a mother?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a father?
No, well, I do have a father, but he's not in my life.
Where is your father?
As of now, I'm not aware.
It's apparent to me that you have no structure in your life. And you have no one that's coming down to you, bringing down the rain of showing you what is right and showing you what is wrong. I am that person now that is going to do that for you. And if you act like a little child, I will put you up on my knee and I will spank you like a little child. But I'm going to do it with a ton of jail time. Do you understand, Mr. Henderson? No more acting like a fool while you're out there in the free world. Because I will take it away from you in a heartbeat. I will do everything in my power to protect every single person in Harris County.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
2 weeks, you will be back here. Show me what you've done. Number one.
Yes, sir.
Number two, do you have a Texas driver license?
That's right.
Then you will not be driving as well. In this affidavit, you will be promising me that you're not going to drive.
Yes, sir.
The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put an ankle monitor on you and I'm giving you a curfew. I don't want you out in the middle of the night because I can't trust you. You go out past 9 p.m. You and I will not be dancing.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to keep you so close to me that you're going to think that we're not. This is an affidavit.
Yes, sir.
No weapons, no driving. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you reach out to the public defense office, please? Tracy, waive the fees, GPS monitor, no driving, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then we'll bring him back in 2 weeks. And then we will also test him 31 days from today to see if he's got any dope in his system.
All right, Judge, the last arraignment we have is page 21, 22, right? Come on up. Something's wrong. They can't hear.
She was just touch with us.
Yes. I'm good, how are you? All right, is discovery complete? Offers made? Offers made? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. 829, leave the parents pending litigation. All right, got it. You're welcome. Hey, what's up? Oh, yes, the traffic is there. No, I saw. Judge, this one was taken into custody last time. Just a heads up.
Okay.
Are there any can't miss nuggets on this call? It was from this morning. Tell me in the chat.
I don't know. I think that either the cleaning crew or something are doing something with the mic. What is his name? What is your name,
Page
sir?
21 and 22, last name right.
We're gonna throw the cleaning crew under the bus here. Seriously?
And yet another case. Another.
That is concerning, seriously.
No.
Ha!
No.
That's cute. Mr. Wright.
I turned
You
myself.
I didn't ask you to say anything. All were now, so you were on bond for criminal mischief and a criminal trespass. And the bonds were at 5,003. So that indicates to me that you've taken off those numerous times or some other kind of issue. You've now picked up a third case of another criminal mischief. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Wait, so this is from 3-5. Are we done? You see on this?
So not for the newer case.
Stop. I don't need your help.
For the criminal mischief,
The new one.
correct.
Ooh, someone's in a mood. I love it.
Yes, a 2B was issued, yes, it was an open warrant for a little while.
Mr. Wright, you're charged with another criminal mischief. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Judge, on March 5th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a family disturbance call in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with the complainant witness who stated her brother, the defendant, came to her apartment to bring food for his toddler son that was staying with the complainant witness. The complainant witness stated that the defendant became upset and angry at her after she told the defendant that he could not use her car. Complaining witness stated she told the defendant she was going to call the police if he did not leave her apartment. The defendant then attempted to grab the complaining witness's phone. The complaining witness then went to her neighbors and called the police, and the defendant followed and kicked the neighbor's front door, but then walked back inside the complaining witness' house and broke a glass coffee table by throwing it on the floor and attempted to break the complaining witness's TV, but the complaining witness's 18-year-old son was able to stop the defendant from doing so. The
Which is
defendant
number
then went
one,
outside and began
wrong.
to kick the garage door in an attempt to open it to get to the complaining witness's vehicle. The complaining witness's 9-year-old daughter witnessed the defendant kick the garage door multiple times, which caused it to be bent and off the rails. The total value of damage was $500.
What do we do with the person who continually fails to live up to the conditions that we put? Not without a lawyer. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm keeping you. You will stay with me. I will appoint your lawyer, and we are going to figure out what to do with you, Mr. Wright. But you have some anger issues that we need to get through. We need to get to
my programs. I just had turned my programs in. I was going to my programming today. I got it on my phone. They told me to go to Westheimer today. To go to 5:30. I was really going today. I was really going, sir.
You know how many times I heard that?
I get all that, but I was really going. Now.
How many times I hear that?
I understand, sir.
So he goes with you.
I think John is pointing out his other two.
We'll contact John and then figure out.
Turn yourself into jail right now.
Are there with the radius?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Approaching it's actually off on Mr. Chua. We discussed him yesterday. He's here present with his son. We just wanted to make sure that he was okay on the payment plan for his PTI.
Am I bringing him up?
I don't mind at all. Okay. No, just
So who's charged? Dad or son?
Dad.
Dad. Okay. So I don't know why son is.
249-009.
How about it? I don't know.
Judge Ramona said that you could be heard now this way.
We need to move that because see, since they're on top of it, they're not getting heard. Because if you're within like, I think was it 10 inches of that mic, there's a dead zone. So we can put that one back and you can use.
Oh, this guy's already pre-dressed for the remand.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then this is your mic. This should, okay. Zoom is supposed to be able to do the thing, but if YouTube is not allowing it, then we'd have to put like one single good mic.
We'll see. Hopefully this will. Ramona, I guess will you give me a heads up? Oh, okay. Can you give me the cause number?
Yes, sir.
Over.
090.
So refresh my memory, but.
So this is on the trial docket.
Right.
The criminal mischief case. We've had agreement with the state for a 6-month PTI. Only condition of restitution is $2,500. The court asked Mr. Chua to be here today to ensure that he's able to pay that, which I've spoken to him about his monthly income versus expenses. And he's good to go on that, but you wanted him to come to be sure that was going to happen.
Today is the day of trial. Usually, if you're ready, we bring a jury in and we're ready to go into trial. You have worked out an agreement. This is something that should have been done a very, very long time ago, not 8 months later. So I'm keeping you on a very strict schedule as far as payment is concerned. And the one time you start to play games with me, you will go to trial. I will not play games with you. Do you understand, Mr. Chua?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I've been a retired organ transplant nurse since 2017, but I've been sick of pneumonia and then the COVID, so I decided to retire.
He does get retirement, Your Honor, monthly.
Okay. How are you planning on getting $2,500 to pay restitution?
If I may, Your Honor, he gets $2,100 in retirement per month. He works out his expenses to about $600 per month. And so he has a surplus of $1,500 minus a couple expenses. And with the $2,500 over 6 months, it's about $400 a month. And so he says it's going to be tight, but he's confident he can make it work. Also, for the court's information, We've gotten his insurance involved, and I've been talking to his adjuster on possibly helping us out. But I
Oh,
told
that'd be
him
the
just so
perfect
that's not
after
gonna
school
happen,
special
he's
right
there
there.
to pay for it himself, which he
He's
can,
gonna win the
but we
talent
also have that
competition.
I'm not gonna play games with you. I want you to understand that at the first time that you stop paying or you don't pay as you're supposed to pay, you will immediately be set for trial and this deal goes away. Do you understand? I have way too much drama in my life. I don't need any more. I don't need to babysit another case. I already have 2,500 cases that I babysit. Do you understand? So how, because they can't take the money. I don't know how.
They're emergency set up to do that through the probation office, Your Honor. He has a meeting scheduled August 20th. It's his first meeting.
So if by August 20th, he should make at least 2 payments.
I really need the Pee Wee Herman clip where he discusses his dark side, but I just don't have it handy.
What about the complaining witness in this case? Who is the complaining witness?
Neighbor of his, lives a couple houses down.
Okay. Don't have any contact with these people as well. Do you understand? As part of this agreement, I want to make sure that they don't have contact and that he doesn't have any weapons as well. Okay? And then let's revisit this in the month, Shatoria, and let's figure out how, or I guess you said August 30th
20th, Your
or
Honor.
28th?
20th.
20th.
Yes, Dottie, I'm a loner.
So let's regroup that August 26th and let's see how he's done. By that time, he should have at least 2 payments into the registry. Okay? If you make these payments as you're supposed to, this case will be dismissed. Okay? But no games. You understand? Okay? Good luck to you, Mr. Chua. All right. Thanks.
Can we make an exception for Hungry Hippo? That's all I'm asking. Just the Hungry Hippo exception.
No, not all, of them, just the 2 old ones. Yeah, you know what? I don't even think you should get a PR bond on the new one too. I mean, he's got 2 open cases. They're 5,003 and then he picks up another one. Yeah, no PR bond. Let me take a look at it. Give me a second.
They let him off the boat today to come to court, but he told me he's leaving on the 1st, so we still have to do.
Come up, Mr. Cassidy.
I've got a James Johnson
When is he
update in
expired?
front of Simpson if anyone's interested.
September 16th. So they
Haven't
wanted to
seen
do
it.
6 months extension.
Why? I mean, he still has until September. Why do an extension? You know why you're here, right?
Yeah, because I haven't completed a class.
You haven't done a bunch of stuff. And in lieu of me filing a warrant or issuing a warrant and putting your butt in jail, we kind of have like a come to Jesus meeting now in an effort to try to get you to understand that if you don't get this done, I will put you in jail. You're looking at 6 months. And then what happens? You lose your job. So something has to change because the way things have been going now, it's not working. What's going to change?
She said I have 1 class that I have to do.
You have 30 hours of community service. You have your DWI repeat offender
It doesn't seem very bright.
offender class.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
That in and of itself is 32 hours.
I mean, I don't know.
On the 12th, is my next time off for 10 days, and I told her that I would complete the community service then. The way she was having me do everything, she said, well, she was pushing for me to wait until the end to do the community service. I don't know why. But that's just what she was pushing for. And having me get some of these other classes done. And then on the class, I just got where I was scheduled working on a permanent boat to where I'm going to look and see about getting Wi-Fi so I can do the classes online on the boat.
because I work offshore.
You know, they have the devices that you can take with you where it's kind of like a satellite Wi-Fi signal so that you can do it remotely from anywhere in the world. You know, it would probably behoove you to look into that.
That's what I was, I just
Oh,
got
yeah.
off the boat yesterday.
This guy's gonna
I
think
had
the
another,
satellite, get
case
it
in
done.
Harrison County, and I had to pay it off so I could get off the probation, so I've been riding over.
You're on probation for what else?
The DWI in Harris County, I mean, in Hutchinson County.
How many DWIs do you have open?
So there's two, there's
What a
two.
dumbass.
How do you not know?
Because they ran one together, I think it's two. I'm on I was on 3 probations. The
Yeah,
one
the
on-
offshore crowd's rough,
what
man.
court it is.
In what
236.
alternate universe do you think that you can be on multiple, 2, if not 3 probations, and you fail to live up and there's no jail time involved?
I'm completing.
Mr. Cassidy.
I'm completing them. The Harris County one, I mean, not the Harris, the Hutchinson County one. I'm completing that. I said get off of it in a couple days.
I don't give a rat's behind about to complete.
And then you sent me to the rehab. I completed the rehab. I completed one previous class. I paid the other one off the $3,000. I'm on a monitor. I pay my monitor. I haven't failed no urine test. I haven't failed. I've gone to
What monitor
probation.
do you have now?
The blow monitor
Where is it?
in the car.
How often do you drive?
I don't drive.
So you're not using the monitor?
No, I do. I use it all the time in the car. That's the one they told me to get. That's the one I got. I'm blowing it all the time. I'm not failing none of them. Like anytime I go somewhere, my wife drives, we get in the car, I blow in the monitor. I pay for the monitor. I'm trying here. I'm really trying. I've got a lot that I have to pay for and a lot of stuff like that. And then I was laid off and I haven't been able to
Mr.
afford it.
Cassidy, the easiest solution is don't get into a car and drive.
Yes, sir.
And the thing is
I'm on a
that
affidavit, sir, to not to drive. I don't have a driver's license. I don't drive. I don't drink anymore. You sent me to the rehab. Ever since you've done that, I've been trying to.
Mr. Cassidy, what happens if you pick up another DWI?
Oh, I'm going to prison.
Right.
So like I said, I just give it all up. The last time I was in there, I asked them to put me on a monitor.
I think it's
You sent me
time.
to rehab, which helped significantly.
When do you go back to the boat?
The 1st, and I'll get off the 12th. I just took off to come to court.
So
because
that's
they said-
you get back on the boat in 2 days.
Yes, sir.
There's
And then
no
I
way
get
he's
off
gonna
the
stop
12th.
drinking in that line of work. No chance.
And
Zero
I'll be off 10
chance.
days from the 12th to the 22nd.
So
And that's when
you get off the boat on the 12th.
Yes, sir. And I was gonna do start my community service, then in it's 30 hours, I can get it all done before I go back to 22nd of August.
How I don't even know how we're gonna do the DWI education course.
I would recommend doing the DWI education class during that week, the 10 days that he's here. If you do it online, you would really have to find somebody who's gonna let you miss at least 2 classes.
So that's the thing. I was trying to find out a class where I could do it while I came in, and they said that's impossible because if I miss one class, because
See, these classes are structured in a way.
Yes, sir.
There's a particular schedule you're supposed to conform to.
Yes, sir.
That's the way it's structured. That's the way that you're supposed to learn from it.
Yes, sir.
It's not supposed to be your way. It's their way.
I understand.
So what you need to do now is you need to go find Wi-Fi that you can take with you on the boat.
Yes, sir. That was my next stop. I just got off the boat.
Now, can he do the
Online.
the repeat offender online? Okay.
I'm trying to figure it out.
So I'm giving you the way now before I issue the warrant.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm going to make notations about how many DWI probations you're on. If you fail me one more time, because you've already failed me now, and I'm bringing you in an effort to give you the opportunity to straighten up and fly right.
Yes, sir.
If you do not, with how many DWIs, I'm going to hammer you. Forewarned is fair warned.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
When you leave right now.
Yes, sir.
I want you to either go to Verizon, go to T-Mobile, go to AT&T and find out about Wi-Fi that you can take with you everywhere you go
Yes, sir.
so you can get this class done.
Yes, sir.
I want you to enroll now in the DW education class. You have until the 22nd of this month to have the education class done. Of next month, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Until August, because that gives you from now until August 22nd.
I want to say the class is like 9 weeks long.
It's
9 or 12 weeks long.
7 to 8 weeks,
Yes,
right?
Oh, 7 to 8 weeks, okay.
Mhm.
The one I called, they said it was 9 or 12 weeks long. Oh, you, okay, thank you, ma'am. And do you know how much, I mean, no, they don't tell you how much.
I don't know how much.
She said it was
they
like
cost.
$400 or $500 to do it. I didn't know.
DWI is not cheap, man.
I understand that. I paid.
$15 on an Uber will get you anywhere you want to go,
Yes, sir.
no matter where you want to go.
I understand.
If anything you've learned from anything, use Uber.
Yes, sir.
Anytime I go out, because I like to go out with my wife, go out to eat and I like to drink.
Yes, sir.
And I always take an Uber
Yes, sir.
every single time I go out because it's not worth it. I want to give him enough time, but I'm not going to give you an open invitation anymore. We tried that. It's not worked. So now I'm going to have to sit here and micromanage you to make sure it gets done before we issue the warrant. So what is a reasonable time that we can give him that he can have the education class?
Hey, guys.
Keep it down. Keep it down, please. Do you have funds right now? Like this financial?
Right now, I just sent, I got one more payment of $1,000 to send to the other one, then I'm off of that. And as soon as I get done with that, I can start paying for the course. I have like,
When is that due over there?
I should get paid again on the 7th, and I'm gonna send my last $1,000 payment. And I get off of that. And then as soon as I get off of that, I was gonna start paying for this. When I first got out, I didn't have a license. I didn't have a ride to get to work. It was taking me a while and I had to pay for the monitor.
So tell me a date next month that you can sign up for the DW education class. And I mean, does he have to pay all at once or
I have
as he
to.
goes?
Most of the time they will.
Sir, I wanna say they said I could pay like half of it and then half of it when I get done, but I have to find a date that the class is allowing people to enroll. I have to start calling. I have no idea when they allow, because they do like an enrollment like every
Okay,
month
so
or
let's
every
do
6
this.
weeks. I have to
Let's
figure
do
it out.
this. I want you to come back to me August 12th, and I want you to tell me what class you've enrolled into.
That's the day I
You
get
get
off.
back, right?
I get off the boat.
We'll come back the 13th.
Can I, 13th to the 14th, somewhere in there?
Sure.
I don't know what time I get off the boat. Like yesterday, I didn't get off until 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was all the way.
Pick a day, the week of the 12th. I want you back here, but I want you to have signed up for the education class.
Sometime the week of the 12th, 13th, 14th.
Right, you can
Okay.
come here, but I want you to have signed up for the
Okay.
class.
I'll look into it today. Right now I got about, I want to say I got $800. I'm gonna go and
He won't do
I
it.
just paid everything.
He
I'm gonna
won't do
go
it.
and try and look into the Wi-Fi.
Yes,
right now.
I don't want to break your bank and that's
I know,
why I'm
I'm-
taking time. But at the same time, I don't want to issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, sir. I don't want you to.
Right. Okay? Okay. All right, you're gonna meet with Shatoria and then good luck to you, sir.
Thank
All right. Hey,
All right, we're gonna check in with James Johnson. As you all know from the last video, ladies love James Johnson. He's got a couple knocked up currently. Let's see what he's up to today, shall we?
I thought I said 90. I might have. Okay.
Could have been me. I just want to make sure that's unambiguous. And the second thing is my client understands fully this case is going to be remanded to the 15th District Court. But since it's a first, it may not actually be Judge Burke. We don't control that, but I just want, since the court particularized somebody, you understand it could be any judge of the 15th District Court of Sentences. Okay.
Would the first offense go to Judge Burke? Okay. We have it assigned to Judge Burke in JAS, so.
We understand completely. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Court will accept the defendant's plea guilty to this charge. Pre-sentence investigation and screening assessment is ordered at 15th District Court. Sentencing in this matter will be
At 9 a.m. before Judge Burke.
August 9, 2024, 9 a.m. before Judge Burke. Bond with its conditions will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is that it for you before me, Mr. Summer?
Before Your Honor, yes. And you know, Your Honor, Harvard calls itself the Maryland of Massachusetts. So maybe they just.
And they're so wrong. All right. Mr. Simon, take care of yourself. Please. Court calls the case People versus James Johnson.
Your Honor, Sam Bernstein on behalf of Mr. Johnson.
I don't know, Johnson, what's going on? What are we doing in this case?
Reach for resolution in this matter, Your Honor. The defendant is going to be pleading no contest to count 2 and an added count 3 of attempt R&O. In exchange, count 1 will be dismissed.
And in looking at this, that's the court's full understanding. Has he signed a sentencing judge waiver?
He has, Your Honor, and we're signing the advice of rights right now.
All right. No, Johnson, this way.
Oh, yes.
No, this way. You know the rules.
Yes, sir.
Let's have him sworn.
Right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Up to God. State your name.
James Johnson.
All right. So Johnson, it's this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading no contest to 2 charges. Is that your understanding? Yep. First charge is to charge the stated count 2 of domestic violence. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Second charge is the offense of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and or $1,000 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand what a no contest plea is?
Yes.
All right, 2 things about it I have to make sure that you understand. The first thing is it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest this charge. You understand that? Yes? Yes. Second thing is that it means that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty.
This is all going to be reasonable.
Yes. You understand also, sir, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Perry in the 15th District Court.
Yes.
All right. Still wish to plead no contest?
Yes.
Basis for the no contest plea?
Civil liability, Your Honor.
All right. To the charge of domestic violence, how do you plead?
No contest.
To the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing, how do you plead?
No contest.
Now, you understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yes.
Any question regarding any of those rights?
No.
Please look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up those rights as well as all the rights of the form.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
Yes.
Okay. You understand that your plea in this case could be a violation of that probation.
Yes.
You understand that as such, that court could sentence you to the maximum allowable under those other charges.
Yes.
All right. Still wish to plead no contest to these charges?
Yes.
All right. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead no?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you in any way?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes.
and of your own free will.
Yes.
Court has been provided and has reviewed Andover Police Department report for their case number 24-20026. Any objection to the court having reviewed that report?
No, Your Honor.
Based upon a review of that report, the court does find that there's a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of these offenses. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule?
The people are satisfied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's no contest pleas to counts 2 and 3. Count 1 is dismissed. pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 15th District Court probation. Sentencing in this case will be
August 21st at 10 a.m. before Judge Perry.
August 21st, 2024, 10 a.m. before Judge Perry. Bond in this case will continue. Oh,
I
yes, that's the bond.
am the first person to admit that I am wrong. I was wrong with regard to the phone privileges. What Mr. Johnson represented to the court at the last hearing, that despite the fact that he was calling the victim's phone number, he was contacting a second woman in the relationship,
I remember.
Alicia, is accurate based off of listening to more of the phone calls. So at this time, I have no objection to defense's request to reinstate the defendant's phone privileges.
Anything else on that, Mr. Bruce?
I have nothing to add, Your Honor, but I appreciate Ms. Barroso saying that we're asking that the phone privileges be reinstated, and I do have a couple of other bond requests of the.
Oh,
court.
sweet Jesus.
Yes.
What?
I picked the wrong day to lose my thruple clip.
James right now.
Say that right now.
Has an August 7th court date before Judge Conlon for probation violation. The recommendation there is released to treatment. I'm wondering.
That's out of this, from this case?
Yes, Your Honor, this is the case that led to the violation. The recommendation from probation right now is released to treatment. I'm asking that the court would please consider amending the bond here to allow for release to treatment when that becomes available, if that is in fact ordered by Judge Conlon.
Any response to that request from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr.?
I have one more, Your Honor. Maybe on the stickier side of my bond request, but Ms. VC is the named victim in the case here. There's obviously no contact order with her. She's quite pregnant at the moment. Mr. Johnson is asking if the.
Yeah, I heard last time.
Please. Fair enough.
We sure did.
Asking if the court would please
But
consider.
there's the other one.
Yeah, they both are.
Indeed.
Yeah, man, I know. It's
I did it.
complicated.
I did
Not
it.
really.
Both up,
It
Judge.
works. Anyway, go ahead. Never mind.
Never a dull moment, Judge. If there's any type of like no non-consensual contact provision in whatever form to allow communication with Ms. VC would be very much appreciated.
Okay. Is there a response to that from the people?
Your Honor, the victim is present and would like to address the court on that matter.
All right. I need to have Mr. James. Hello, what's your name?
Kamaya VC.
All right, what did you want to tell the court?
I just want to tell the court I'm asking for it to be lifted too. I've been going through it without being able to contact him, him being able to contact me. And, you know, I just been through a lot of stress and everything. I'm just asking it to be lifted.
Now, where are you in the rotation?
You want me to order no non-consensual contact, meaning that as long as you're okay with it, he could contact you?
Yes.
All right, okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, a heartwarming ending. Only on Love Talk with Mike.
Hey, get up there. Listen to people. You just focus for a minute. All right. Anything else?
That's all I got, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. I will order that the defendant, first of all, the defendant's phone privileges are hereby reinstated. The defendant may be released on a PR with the conditions remaining to inpatient treatment. And I would amend the no contact provision to no non-consensual contact with the victim in this case. All right.
Your Honor.
All right. I had a whole lot of questions for her, but I'll let it pass. No, go, just go, just go. We'll see you next time. Yes, you told me that the last time.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. I'm going to send you all over to Biggin. I was going to send you over to Ben, but he doesn't have a verdict. Over in the Black Swan trial. Good times over there on Ben's channel. But he doesn't deliver verdicts in a timely manner. I'm blaming Ben here. All right. Thank y'all for coming on. I appreciate it. I will see y'all soon.